It's usually my color. Is that gonna bring him luck or bad luck today? Also Yumiko, a player that I really like and respect. Kind of hit or miss though. He has had some performances that were just out of this world. Namely NWL Season 1, where I really felt he was like the best player in the world at that time. But it seems like usually he lives in Struggle City.
A player's forces are under attack.
I'm gonna have to update this here a little bit. Alright, and now we're good to go. So, I wonder if I've missed anything in the metagame. I've heard a lot about Night Elves playing Firelord nowadays against Undead. Which I haven't seen too much, but I've heard a lot that this seems to be kind of the new meta that Moon has brung in today. But today there's no Undeads actually playing, so we won't be seeing any of this. Yumiko, not really the most creative player. I mean, there's one thing that really made him famous, and where he did manifest his playstyle in the metagame. And that was, of course, the Yumiko fallback towers. But that's already a long time ago. I think he really brought that to prominence in 2014, maybe? Ever since then, though, he is not really the guy I look to for new stuff coming out. So he's gonna be going for an instant expansion here. That oftentimes means that the Archmage is gonna be stuck on only level 2 for a long, long time. And LawLiet crypt this. And a new Ancient of War. So it has to be Hunts. Yeah, Hunters on the back. Probably gonna be pressuring with Huntresses. And then at the same time getting this up. So ideally for Yumiko, he would like to be defending his expo at the same time cancelling the opposing expo, the counter expo. Alright. Boots and circlet, wow. That is really expensive, that's yeah, about 400 gold invested right there. Ah, nice, the sentry wards here for Yumiko, we'll see any attack coming in. Alright, here we go. AM now probably is not gonna have a lot of time to creep at all. Already the archer here. Oh, the sentry positioning on point. Kind of betrays the sentry being there, but that doesn't really matter too much, I don't think. Alright, and here we go. Does he not want to counter-expand against this? I think if you want to counter-expand as LawLiet, wouldn't you rather save the gold for these items? Well, we'll see. Of course he's Night Elf, he doesn't have to counter-expand right away. AM wanted to buy something here at the shop, maybe the dust, but ended up not getting anything. Or is it just the boots that he wants? Of course he has to be afraid of this Demon Hunter chasing him down. Selling the ring, getting... yeah. Boots and telestaff, so he certainly assumes there's going to be a counter-expansion, wants to be very mobile here with these items. Footy is going to be scouting for this. And yeah, he is expecting exactly the same as me. Where is that Tree of Life? Nowhere so far. Instead he starts creeping with double Ancient of War Huntresses. Of course the Merc Camp support is going to be really nice for him.
Forces are under attack.
And is he teching? No. Yeah, and here we go. Double Mercenary, the Troll Twins. Shout out to Thendis. I think he denied the big healer here, which isn't ideal. Or maybe he didn't, he's got a lot of experience. Wound Bracers, not really very good. But this expo comes up totally uncontested. And usually the humans early on may suffer from lumber issues if they have to go for towers, if they have to go for repair, but he only has one arcane tower. And so far only a couple scout towers, and already can start teching. He hasn't been forced into much lumber commitment early on at all. Demon's level 3 now is pretty strong. As mentioned before, Archmage still struggling with the levels, as he always does when he goes for this instant expo. And Oh my god, is this gonna be AP push? He's got quite a bit of gold here. He's bringing 5 wisps, and he doesn't need that many at all against the Archmage, who still has very weak water elementals. He might be... No, that's not level 3, I don't think. What's he buying? Alright, he sells the Rune Bracelet. Another Circlet! Alright, this is super commitment. So LawLiet is not interested in a counter expansion. Finally, I think this would be too late now to go for the counter expo. And here we go. Coming in. There is no towers here yet. And here we go. AP push. Oh man. Neo would be so glad to see this. I think AP push is his favorite strategy for Night Elves. Yumiko now huddling behind his shop, trying to heal everything back up. He has a good number of footies, but those aren't really very strong against Huntresses now, are they? Getting rid of the shop. Huntresses with a lot of normal damage makes this pretty easy. First tower here in the back cancels. Very well done here with the 2 units that have piercing damage. But here come the militia. Or 1 Ancient of War in front of the APs here to protect them a little. That's really cool. More and more footies are dying, but they're holding the line. They're just buying time. That's what they're supposed to do. Tier 2, let's take a quick look. Almost done. Then we have an MK who might be able to help a lot. For casters, of course, gonna be a longer time. But 2 APs are up. Down in the minimap, we see still no counter expansion. This is a big, big commitment. New militia coming from the main. By the way, no rifle. Oh my god, he pulls them all, even from the gold income. And now he has all these peasants here who are pretty useless. Alright, he sends them back again. Alright, income now basically even. Tier 2 is soon to be done, but already big damage taken by Yumiko. In the back, towers are coming up, and he needs those towers. Can LawLiet somehow cancel these? I'm not sure. Level 4 on the Demon Hunter, by the way. But of course, no bears, no reju, no really good opportunity for healing. Of course, in the main, there's Moonwells, but it's gonna be daytime for a long time. Healing is gonna be premium for LawLiet. Alright, more and more footies are falling. But I think even if this demon gets level 5, I mean, it's gonna be good, but... Oh, he could be surrounded here. But he's not gonna try to go for it. Alright, towers are up, finally. But they're not in range to hit these Huntresses. Oh, man. And repairing is made so difficult with the bouncing glaives, of course. More AP is coming up in the back. I could see some glaive throwers now thrown into the mix. Is he maybe going for some? Yeah, there's the first one coming out. Oh, the AM. He's taking a lot of damage from this. He can't heal anymore, of course. The shop had been killed early on and easily. And this just seems like a very simple Huntress and AP all-in, and it seems to be working now, doesn't it? Second hero, Blood Mage. No Mountain King. Oh, and now the AM in trouble. Of course, he also has the boots. Doesn't want to go in there. Demon Hunter does not want to chase the AM too far. Still has 4 Huntresses. Still has 2 AP. Soon to be 4. And these peasants, man, all gonna be dying to the glaives. Were those towers the big mistake? Were they constructed too far in the back? Were they constructed too late? I think the timing was the issue. I think he should have gone for them sooner. Maybe delay the tech just a little bit. Those towers are definitely necessary as the expansion falls from the 2 glaive thrower support. And that is usually where everything starts to go downhill. And look at this. LawLiet not even going so all in anymore. He has the backup expo. Should he need it? Demon 4.5. Is he teching maybe even here? Nope. Teching not yet. He's forgetting about this Berserker at least, but that's okay. Expo's dead anyways. Still a lot of damage here. Range damage from the glaives. And ooh, Yumi evacuates his expansion. Doesn't want to leave all these units just to die to the demon, which would be his level 5. Alright, where does Yumi go from here? AM is still only level 2. Jesus Christ. How sad is that?
Forces are under attack.
Is this gonna be enough for level 5? I don't think so. Heal scroll being used here, as mentioned before, for Night Elf on tier 1. Healing is premium. So probably heal potion here from the Ogre would be the best. Scroll of the Beast. Also not too bad. And he does get level 5 actually. Just barely. Alright, Zeppelin play. Yumiko needs to come up with some finesse here. He can't just brute force his way through this game. There's no way he's gonna win a straight up fight for like the next 5 minutes, I would say. But now Yumi has the economic lead himself. Expo coming up. And mana potion, yeah, that's gonna be sold. Another heal scroll, so a lot of money invested by LawLiet here to keep his army healthy. Mana burn, mana drain, siphon mana. Only level 1 though. Yeah, and these footies. No way they're winning the fight against these hunts. With also now Scroll of the Beast for the time being. Tech soon to be done here by LawLiet. It seems like all the advantages are on his side. Tech for the time being is still favoring Yumi. And he's going for 1 base, Aviary and Sanctum. I mean, on paper, of course, Hawks are good against Hunts. They can't shoot up. But he must know that there's so much time that has passed that tier 2 is right around the corner for the Night Elf. Getting Zeppelin now himself. Oh, is he going to be dropping towards the main? There is only 1 real tower here. And he has a TP to get out as well as a heal scroll. Oh, and the APs are moving. Is he getting Nature's Blessing? Not yet. Tier 2 done. Going for Wisps first. I wonder how I can get a back here. Back into this game. I think he has to blow up this expansion down here with zappers. And then try to creep. Try to not get caught out of position. And then if he gets attacked, turtle. But that's so many ifs. The first one, and maybe the most important one. Killing this Expo with zappers. How is that supposed to work when the Night Elf army is right next to his laboratory? By the way, Thendis is also casting, and we're gonna be trying not to overlap as far as the games are concerned. So if you want to see another game, check out his stream. His stream is Thendis32. Twitch.tv/Thendis32. Alright, Yumi still needing a moment here. Maybe he's contemplating how he can win this game. Maybe it's just thinking about the next game. Alright, here we go. Game resumed. Glaive Thrower is now pressuring the main nits. 3 of them. That's quite a bit of damage. Is he going to be going for damage upgrades? No. He's transitioning out of his early game all-in, which basically was successful. And I think it wouldn't have been wrong for Yumi to call it quits and GG out into the next game. Alright, this is a big defense here with a lot of militia. Demon Hunter. Oh, this is also a good experience for him though. Look at the splash damage. He would like to lose these glaives now. They're not really good in a straight up fight anymore. He's out of the siege game. And He's getting bonus experience now from being tier 2 with a single hero. And yeah, you can see it. Only about 300 away from Superman. Yeah, here we go. Angels of Law are coming up. And it's gonna be Dryads and Bears soon. Oh! And the APs, they're protecting the creep camp from being taken. Whoa! That's kind of next level. That's pretty cool. Ouch, the Sork. Oh, that's not your base, buddy. Alright, survived just barely. With Water Elementals and Defend Footies, though, he can clear this, but it's gonna take a while. It's also gonna be 100 experience, so it's at least something, I guess. And second hero, Panda. LawLiet no longer feels the need here to force the issue. He's just gonna creep up. This is a big map, Last Refuge. You can easily get level 3 Panda. And still be have the upper hand here, I believe. Now, here we go. APs are getting killed. Is this gonna result in a big level up? Nope. Absolutely not. And still, the glaive harass going on. Very cute by LawLiet. It takes a lot of multitasking here to be creeping at the same time as doing this. I think it's pretty cool though. He doesn't just suicide the glaives into the main, trying to get all the value out of them. Maybe he's been watching some Trump streams. Getting all the value he possibly can. We can see already LawLiet going into upkeep. So is Yumi, by the way. On one base for a human, that's not necessarily the perfect place you want to be in. Alright, finally gets to creep up some more. Don't lose the Dragon Hawk, man! Alright. And yeah, Dryads are coming out now. Tier 3. Almost done already. He has a Shredder. Yeah, this is... I guess the silver lining here is Huntresses are really bad in the late game. But I think the heroes are gonna be there to make up for it. Oh, also, Book of the Dead here found in the Panda. Is there Dispel on the Priests? I don't imagine so, and no, it isn't. Alright, the glaives finally fall. They have done their job. And then some, I would say. Alright, Yumi thinks he can drag this out into the late game, and I think I agree, so he's gonna be going for an all-in here, it seems. And the Panda's gonna hit level 3 just in time to greet these peasants with a Breath of Fire level 2. And they think, nope! Don't want to have anything to do with this! And leave. Heading towards the main base now. Tier 3 is done. Bear Master is quite a bit away though. It seems like he's gonna be getting the shop before the orb, or is he? Nope. Orb purchase. Shop can now fall. It's okay. Where's the Archmage? Oh, there he is. Bought some heal scrolls. He sold the TP, I think, Drunken Haze. And there's a Breath of Fire. So much burn damage. Heal scroll coming in right away, though. Demon Hunter out of mana. He can't burn anymore. Book of the Dead being used now. As we said before, there is no Dispel. Can Yumi actually break this right here? This would be crazy. He's moving forward, though, is LawLiet, and it just seems like it's too much. Yeah. Valiant effort, I guess, from Yumiko, but look at the hero levels. Only level 3 for the AM. He finally reaches level 4. I don't know, 15 minutes into the game or something. Too late, if you ask me. Down way in supply, in tech, in hero levels, level 6. Come on, give us the Superman. He didn't have the mana. And that is it for map number 1. And I think you just heard my roommate come back, so I'm gonna close the door here. Goodness. Nice and cozy, warm in here. By the way, we have 2 new subs. We have InMed subscribing for the first time, and Darkwing Duck resubscribing for 2 months, saying nothing more than just hi. Hi back to you as well, good sir. Infi defeated Czech 2-0, by the way. That was fast. It's like only half an hour. Basically, not even half an hour. Right, so let's take a look. Maybe the Chinese are on top of their game today, updating everything. Everyone who's doing Liquipedia as well, by the way, thank you very much. Helps us out a lot. Seems like the Chinese have not updated yet, though. Okay. How was jail? Pretty boring, man. Only been working out my legs. Can't see him right now. And the food is the thing I have to complain about most. Just like most vacations, the food was pretty disappointing. Alright, so we're gonna stick with the series, of course. I must say, I'm pretty disappointed here with Yumiko. I don't want to fault him here for making too many mistakes, but that game looked way too one-sided, more so than it should have been. I think the big issue was him being pretty greedy with his tech, going for it before any guard towers. That's also very unusual, though, that the Night Elf commits so super hard to the attack. Usually your 200s play into an expansion. And it was also pretty cool how LawLiet disguised it, because he crept his first camp with the Engine of War, of course, and then he went for the natural right away, cleared that, so that telegraphs to the opponent that he's gonna be going for the counter expo. But that was a ruse, so that was pretty smart actually by LawLiet, only occurs to me now. That was pretty cool play. And also I think shows a lot of confidence from the Korean Night Elf player. He's not afraid to all in here. If he's confident in his strategies, if he thinks they can do it, he's gonna be putting it all on the line. And it certainly worked out for map number 1. If he manages to get through Yumiko, though, his troubles are not over, as we can take a look at the grid again. As we can see here, Group A, Round 1 Yumiko, and then probably Round 2 Lin, and Lin is just crazy. I mean, the best orcs in the world make the Night Elf matchup look pretty damn hard. So, I mean, makes it look like it's really tough for the Night Elves. So yeah, the true test might be coming over there. Of course, the top 2 from the groups, they will move on to the playoffs. As we can see here, Group A, B, C, and D. 2 from each group. And then on Saturday and Sunday, we're going to have the playoffs with top 8, or rather 8 players playing for 3 slots to GCS later this year. And by the way, something that I realized only a couple days ago. GCS, the Grand Finals, I hope you're all going to be tuning in. It's going to be an awesome event. The only issue is, take a look at this. It's the same time as the International, the big Dota tournament. I know not everyone is a big Dota fan, but Neo and me kind of are. But I guess that will have to be put aside this year. Because of course we're looking forward to this more so than we are to some Dota tournament. I mean, what's Dota? By the way, we can also take a look at the players that have qualified already, and that is kind of the who is who of the top players around the world. Fly120 WFZ TH Moon Remind, that just reads like a poem. Maybe Remind, the biggest surprise here. It took some time until he found his footing. After his comeback. And Happy, perhaps your biggest hope for success abroad, is going to be making it. I hope so, at least. He has declined invitations before, but I think he's going to be going this time. And of course Foggy had such a strong run in the last GCS, and Orc and Hawk, so the West well represented with 1 player from each race. That's how we like to see it. Game is still not up, by the way. So we have a moment of time. By the way, if you guys want to be participating in kind of an interactive, fun little thing, there's something that I want to plug today, and that is... Wait. The Jera Cup Fantasy League. In fact, it's the Jera Cup Fantasy League Season 2. So this is a fantasy league like many other fantasy leagues, but it's with Jera Cup. So you create a team for yourself of, I think it's 4 players. No, it's 5 players. And depending on how successful the players have been, they cost a different amount of points. And then depending on how those players that you chose actually score in the next couple of Jera Cups, number 113 to 119, you will receive points. And for this Season 2, there's actually a prize, as you can read down there. You can have, if you're first place, you will receive either a 2-hour training session with Foggy, which should be very insightful, or a 2-on-2 session with the good Ukrainian man. So yeah, again, if you don't know what a fantasy league is, you pick out of a number of players to pick your team of 5 players. They cost a different amount, so you can't go for like Happy, Focus, I don't know who else, Remind, Foggy. That would be too expensive, that would be boring. So they will be varyingly expensive, and then you construct a team. And yeah, depending on how well they do, you receive points. As we can see, for example, here, last season was won by Johnny SB, and he didn't have the hugest names like Shaddai, Sheik, and Bizarre. Those are like cheap picks, and then Rudan and Focus, those are more value picks. As you can see, the guy choosing Happy here, only 3rd, because Happy is very expensive. Our boy Aina, by the way, coming in 2nd, very, very close. In 2nd place. So yeah, if you want to be taking part in kind of an interactive fun thing here, consider signing up for Season 2. I think, when's the deadline? On Friday or something? Yeah, Friday, there it is. Friday's the deadline, midnight. I think I'm gonna be signing up as well. For a little bit of fun here in our summer weeks. Aina is in Thailand. Oh, I didn't really realize that. I was basically gone for like a month. I don't know, maybe it was more. But I'm back now. We're gonna have 4 days of Warcraft action starting today until Sunday. So from today till Saturday we're gonna have a lot of GCS qualifiers, and on Sunday we're gonna have GCS qualifier followed by Jera Cup. Can you see me sweat, man? It's getting real hot. I'm gonna get into where I was and what was going on later. Not right now though, because I think the next game is gonna be coming up right away. It is only 1-0 for LawLiet, so the second game should be starting soon. Yeah, I do have a fan, which is helpful, but you can't turn on the fan during a cast. It's too loud. Gets picked up by the microphone. Count Cardboard resubscribing for 26 months. Good to see you again, man. Good luck and have fun casting. Got a new profile pic for you at Facebook. Alright, I wonder what that is. I imagine I'm behind bars of some kind. Alright. I know. Actually, it isn't. I can show you guys. Oh my god. This is what Marco did for me. This is my glorious self riding. Is that a demolisher? It's from WoW, obviously. I guess it's a demolisher. Couldn't you find a meat wagon, man? You know meat wagon's more my shit. Nah, man, that's really cool. Thank you, Marco. Whew. We have the next game up, but this is actually Lin versus the other orc guy. What is he called again? Eating. Not familiar with this dude. Oh. I wonder what's taking so long. But I mean, we got all the time in the world today. That's actually not really true. I got an appointment later. Well, not really an appointment, but somewhere I need to be. In Mainz we have this really awesome bar, I guess you could call it. If you're from Germany, I hope you know that Mainz is the city right on the Rhine River. And Mainz is kind of divided into two parts on each side of the river. And there's a lot of like restaurants and bars and stuff right at the bank of the river. And there's this one bar which is kind of like, it focuses on students. It's very, well, I guess hipster. It tries to be pretty hipster, which is of course exactly my shit. And it's gonna be closing down this year, which makes me pretty sad. But that's where we're gonna be going later. In 35 degrees weather, so we're probably gonna pass out at some point. And it's supposed to start storming later as well. Howdy ho! Great to see you back in action from Jacko, resubscribing for 2 months. Thank you very much. Right, the waiting is over. We are heading into map number 2. Oh yeah. LawLiet, of course, took map number 1. Very convincingly. And it's a warden this time. The hero that made him famous. Probably his biggest reason for his rise to fame. Is he going for 2 Ancients of War right away? No. Ancient of Wonders. Ooh, that's pretty cool.
Forces are under attack.
I don't think we see this too much, do we? He's gonna be going for the natural first. By the way, this can be punished pretty hard. A footy is here to scout this. And the AM could have run over right away and harassed this with a couple of militia. And then, after the Ancient of War is dead, he could have expanded up here. That's something that we saw Infi doing a lot. But Yumiko wants to play this a little more passively. Right, Warden. There's a lot of amazing items to be found here. This one's pretty damn good for the early stages. In the late stages, not so much probably. Tome of Experience? No. He's not gonna be so lucky. Sobi Mask and Tome of Experience, that would have been the shit. So, it's gonna be an expansion game for both players here, it seems. The belt pretty good for the AM, I would say. Makes him much easier to hunt down for the... much harder to hunt down for the Warden. I really like this Ancient of Wonders, this is pretty cool. Is he teching here? Yeah, he is. Just started the tech. Of course, for the human, that is not an option. Who's gonna be power building his expansion. And yeah, LawLiet. He knows about the lightning tricks, of course, using the second one right here to accelerate his creeping, and that is what the Warden is all about. And that is what LawLiet showed the world how to do perfectly. Did he deny that one? He may have. I'm not sure. It doesn't really matter too much now, does it? He's level 3 anyways. And it's gonna be boot time right here. Which he's probably gonna be getting. He sells the flute, actually. And the gloves. Going for super mobility on the Warden. Footy is still scouting the counter expo. And yeah, there's no such thing yet. Only now coming up. Hasn't revealed any of his skill points. In fact, we can see it here as the observers. He hasn't chosen any skill points so far. Still all 3 available. He wants to see here what the situation's gonna be like. What is gonna be ideal to attempt. Oh, and here we go. Wisp, Staffin. I think I know what it's gonna be. Yeah, we have 2 levels of Fan of Knives skilled now. Nothing else, however. And we just got a big donation. Thank you very much, Zinrock. I'm gonna be reading it in a moment. But first, we're gonna look at this pressure, at this attack coming. And here we go. Fan of Knives and Shadow Melt. Where's the AM? Coming over. He's still not level 3 though. Needs to buy a Dust of Appearance pretty late. And again. Oh! Quad kill! By the Warden. Out of mana now. But this is so much economic damage. Oh, goodness. Goodness gracious. The AM also going for the Telestaff. He might be able to cancel this if there was something in position to scout, but there isn't anything. I think there should definitely be a footy up here. But I guess he wasn't thinking about it too much. Alright, the message reads... Remo dude, so happy you're back. Use this for whatever you need. The scene needs you. Excited for the next few days of casting. That's so nice of you, man. That feels really good to read and to hear. I'm glad to be back. And as I said before, I'm gonna mention later on why I was gone and where I was. But more on that later. Thank you so much, Zinrock. Thank you very, very much. Alright, here we go. AM coming in for the cancel, but no, there's no way. There is absolutely no way. This is much too late. And yeah, Yumi, his timing just isn't quite there. Map number 1, the towers, probably too late. Map number 2, he goes for super mobility with the boots and telestaff. 400 gold, which resulted in basically nothing. And of course, the big thing here is losing 5 peasants in the early stages. And I think this is a footy. In the ward now. Expo's up. Tech is done. Ancients of Lore are coming. There's... Oh, okay, the tech just started. Oh, no. Oh, I think you guys know what's gonna happen, right? I think you know. Telestaff is ready, by the way. Oh, he's coming home for defense, really. I thought he was gonna be blinking in here. Shadow Melt, Shadows, Fan Knives, and then Staff back, but... Alright. So this timing is working out for the human. He's getting to cancel the Entangled Goldmine, and I think more importantly he forces the Warden back. Because losing peasants in the main when you're in tech, especially when it just started, is so painful. So I think there was a slight mistake by LawLiet. I think the archers should have been parked here, as well as a couple of wisps. 2, 3, maybe even more. Detonate the water elementals. Get the Entangled Goldmine up, and the Warden can do her harassment elsewhere on the map. But alright, Yumi is clawing his way back into this game. But the Night Elf expansion is supposed to be quite a bit behind that of the human. How much further is it behind? Alright, it's gonna be like 1.5k. It's not gonna be too much. Oh, the AM's coming in again. Alright, this would be a big cancel. But the Wisps can detonate the Water Elemental here, so that should never happen. Oh, the Zeppelin. Wisps don't want to detonate, but I think they should. I guess it's gonna finish anyways. Oh, first detonate. And... oh, nice save. Doesn't get to save this one. I like the Zeppelin here. Making sure that if the Warden went for Shadow Strike as well, the AM wouldn't just be forced into a TP. And he saves everything. That was pretty well done. Even the Water Elementals, of course, it is paramount to keep the Warden from leveling too hard, but we're only a couple of minutes into this game and already she's level 4. He crept this here simultaneously. Again, good multitasking by LawLiet. I don't exactly know how high his APM is actually, but it doesn't seem to be too bad. Another issue here by the human, for the human by the way, is he's creeping everything kind of next to his base, so whatever second hero he chooses might not have the easiest time leveling up, and against the Warden that should be the MK, I think. Not going for it yet though, he's at 50 supply, wants to bank a little bit more, has a whole bunch of footies. Maybe he's glad to lose some here, but he doesn't really want to lose them to the Warden now, does he? Because level 5 is where she gets really crazy. Starts to get really crazy. Of course, level 6, level 7, level 8, level 9. I hope you guys remember those games. There were professional games where LawLiet actually had a level 10 Warden. In the past, Soccer and guys like that were already really good with the Warden, but I don't think in those days we ever saw a level 10 Warden. It's been a while since LawLiet has managed to do this, but he did do it in the past, and it just keeps on creeping. Warden keeps everything busy, and this is where the humans go, how is this hero balanced? How can just one hero keep me at bay for such a long time? And the units, they just creep up. Wow, look at this! He even got backpack to get the items! Night Elves get backpacked like 1 in every 300 games or something. Alright, and again, Yumiko saying, alright, I don't want to drag this out to the late game. Let's take a look at the supply here. Using the TP, not wanting to take the risk of the Telestaff. Getting back home, is there a lot of moon juice here? Oh yeah, and he already has the super wells. What's it called? What's that upgrade called again? It's on the tip of my tongue. Wellspring upgrade, yeah, that's right. 2 moon wells here as well. So, at the moment, this human army isn't too strong. Does he have any heal scrolls on the human side? He needs them. Yeah, he has 1. Only 1, though. 2 APs coming up. I don't think they should be finishing, however. The bears do have master. Only 1 of them, however, now. And the Warden is almost level 5. 1 more peasant kill, and then it's gonna be level 3 fan of knives. There we go. And look at the damage. Heal scroll to counter. We have 2 more fans of knives, however. AP is coming up in the back, but they're not done yet. We have 2 bears now. Water Elementals just getting dispelled so quickly, and the Warden rising in experience. Of course, getting so much experience now from the tier 3 upgrade that she has. The Zeppelin is falling. Ogre Mauler is dazed. He has a second one, though. Oh, good micro by Yumi. And he gets 2 bears. It's level 4 for the AM. Alright, towers are coming up in the back. The Yumiko special, of course. For Yumiko, those are very aggressive towers, and they're not going to be finishing. And the Warden, only about 100 experience away from level 6. Going back home, juicing up. There's not too much juice here, though. She can, of course, go for a mana potion. He has 500 gold, easily purchasable. But the army for now prevails for Yumiko. But that can all change in an instant once the Warden is level 6. Alright, mana potion reju. Here we go. He needs 1 more kill, guys. This peasant will be his level 6. And there we go. Alright, mana potion, avatar vengeance, and the fun begins. And suddenly, the nice advantage that the human has been able to eke out through this game is just being completely demolished. Ooh, what an ultimate. That game may have ended if that ultimate had not been found there.